Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of What Does the Cat Say? Um, Damn, we are already in October, it's only October. This has definitely been one of those years where it feels like 3 years for a multitude of reasons, but it be what it be. But I'm just the cooler, crisp air is starting to appear, which means for people who go through winter, their gaming PCs are going to be peak because there won't be any humidity to worry about for the most part. Also, probably a little bit of a low energy recording because I'm doing this. I mean, it's not early in the morning, relatively, but I haven't been up too long. But I was lazy last night. I'm going through another binge of Satisfactory, and I am trying to not have a spaghetti factory, which I know is like a bit of a dream for people who play the game. But yeah, no, I it started getting kind of chaotic, so I had last night just completely like nuked a bunch of the production setup and actually expanded my production setup. So now I have an entire new area of copper production, and in later today when I get on it this evening, the section that is some additional iron production is going to be just straight up just for screws because I'm running out of screws again. Because half the recipes I swear call for like 300 screws at a time. So yeah, I need a lot of those, and that's just been one of my kind of pitfalls with this multi-100-hour save of Satisfactory is so one of the big strats I've seen online that people say you should do, for those who may not be fully familiar with it, is you can have one big mega factory, but there's resources across the entire map that you should be utilizing. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna have to start doing that, and then start using their different transportation systems, most likely more train routes, or they have drones. So use those to start transporting large quantities of supplies back to my main factory area, because I think I've officially unlocked the I actually can't remember now if I unlocked the milestone or not. There's basically like a newer fuel source thing for the nuclear reactors that apparently is like the hardest recipe in terms of like we need to lead up to it and then creating it. So and apparently it's a long process to automate. So it's just like that's gonna be my next major project is once I get everything all set up, got to try to get that all automated. And it's like I forget what exactly it is, but it'll be interesting. It's gonna take a while because I saw a TikTok video of somebody who said it took them 100 hours to get it all automated, and it's like oh no. I mean, I guess that's a good sign that the save won't be ending anytime soon. Still, but yeah, no, that nothing really new. Hoping to hear back from a job this week, and it's good news. At worst, I start doing some rideshare stuff with Lyft again, just because this week, tonight actually, and tomorrow, car goes in to get its oil change and in my state's inspection and all that stuff that's required to do Lyft again around here. So something in some capacity this week will be the start of having income again, which will be nice. And small, I guess, plug for people. I do offer video editing services for long form videos and like the kind of the new specialty of mine, like editing clips and stuff for like YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So if you know anybody who needs that, please throw them my name. Have them contact me on social media or via Discord, please. And I don't know how this is going to sound. I'll see during editing. My audio microphone setup for this podcast should maybe sound a little different, maybe a little cleaner. I'll have to mess around with it. I did get a few different additional solutions for noise isolation from the microphone, because I am going to try to this week work on a basic kind of voiceover, voice acting kind of demo reel. I'm going to have to look and see what other people do. I mean, I've never done any kind of voice acting before, so it's not going to be a very, I don't know, very meaty reel, I guess you could say. But just to give some ideas, because there's a subreddit that I've found called Our Voice Work, where it's people can either promote themselves to get hired for voice acting or voiceover gigs, and people also advertise jobs as well. And some of them seem to pay pretty good, so it might just be some little creative side thing along with the video editing I can do for little additional income. At least that's the idea. But who knows? It's just fun stuff, and it's pretty straightforward as well. Yeah, so there's that. Initial non-spoiler review for this part. Silent Hill F is freaking cool. Never actually played a real Silent Hill game before until this. Well, I mean, correction. I played the playable teaser on the PS4, but that kind of I'd say that counts, I guess. But yeah, no, Silent Hill F has been really freaking cool. I'm already starting to go through the New Game Plus, where I'm just really extra exploring. It is giving me so spoilers ahead. Kind of, if you don't want to hear anything about Silent Hill F, you'd rather play yourself. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. And so yeah, going with New Game Plus, it's really interesting. It's kind of pulling a BioShock where, when you play the second time after you kind of learn the storyline, you can't unhear things. And understanding the story of what the, base story of Silent Hill F is with, the whole wedding and stuff with Hinako. When you hear people say different stuff, like, throughout the game, you kind of pick up on those hints, and it's like, oh. But what's also cool now is, after doing the first playthrough, because from what I've understood, is no matter what you do, everybody gets the same ending the first playthrough. And then afterwards, it's people's decision on what ending they get, additional ending they get after. But what's interesting is some of the dialogue between characters changes when you do the New Game Plus. It's really interesting. Some of it's subtle. Some of it is very drastic. An example would be in the middle school, when you get stuck into the classroom and all that stuff, and Junko is kind of walking past the classroom talking to Hinako. She, kind of says like stuff like, oh, you done hanging out with your friends, we need to get ready. And then before, I think she just kind of almost like gave the hints of, like basically getting ready for the wedding and all that stuff, walks away. But then this time she walks and stops and goes, you're gonna kill them with like them all by your hands. Isn't that why you're here? And it's like, wait, what? Also, the school changes a ton too between the first playthrough, New Game Plus. In New Game Plus, those creepy mannequin scarecrow student things are everywhere. And there's a new creepy room that opens up that actually terrified the living hell out of me. So this is the part that I'm really kind of enjoying, because Konami did, I guess, confirm that it is designed to have multiple playthroughs. And I do like the fact that with the replayability of the playthroughs, there are new areas opening up, new boss fights, or newly, like, alternative fights, I guess, too. Because, again, in the middle school first playthrough, when you go outside into the front, like, kind of schoolyard, it was one of those big, gigantic creature things that was out there, with, like, the big sword hand. But this time it was all the scarecrow mannequins that then all started attacking you when you found the key. Because why not? Why not? But no, I think that's really cool. So I'm excited, and I'm trying to set it up so as I play through it, I'm gonna have a couple save points set up so that I can, play through New Game Plus, get what ending, go back to a save, make one different choice, play through, get the other ending, and so on. And because in theory, with this new game plus that playthrough, if I do things right and carefully, I could get 3 of the 4 additional endings, which 2 of them will just be dependent on if I get the sacred sword and get it blessed or not. One of them will be kind of the goofy ending if I find all the stuff related to the space invasion. And then this last ending, I don't know what other criteria there are. It just says that you need to start by getting 2 of the other endings. And from what I got told by one of my community members, apparently that ending is trippy as hell. So, curious on that one. But no, I've been enjoying the game. It's been fun and stuff, and just creepy. And the character design is really cool, and the audio on it is wild. But yeah, that's been a fun game so far. Also recently, because it was on sale for the Steam Autumn sale, I got that water park simulator game. That game is fun and goofy. And it's one of those games that I got because I'm like, oh, this will be fun. This will be a meme shit post type streams playing it. And then I get in the game and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take this seriously. We're gonna kick ass. And I'm already at like a first week playing. I'm already at a like 3-star. Or no, I unlocked the 4th star actually. Water park, and like really progressed along. It's just like, oh, what the hell? I mean, it's still funny as hell. Some of the mechanics are goofy. The physics in the game are funny. It's also fun to tase people, especially if it's somebody who's causing problems around the park. It's fun, and it's funny. It's also chaotic because now how big the park is, if I don't hire more NPC staff, I go mad because before it's one of those things where like, oh, I can do everything myself. Not anymore. Definitely not. But yeah, really not much else to talk about. I'm still a coffee addict. Exciting thing, I guess, in my personal life is in what's now my bedroom. I got my cute little reading corner all kind of, for the most part, completed. Got a couple manga. I actually got myself a couple of manga volumes coming in today. Gonna start reading through the manga for My Dress Up Darling. Also, I need to get back to reading Komi Can't Communicate. I saw the anime when the first season came out. It was great. I gotta catch up on the manga because apparently for Komi Can't Communicate, there's already 35 volumes translated to, there will be 35 volumes translated into English when the 35th volume gets released in December, which I did not realize that. I did not realize there was that much of that manga available. So I'm going to be slowly recollecting all of that. There's a couple other series like Soul Eater and stuff that ended years ago that I never got to read the end when I was reading stuff online. When some of those awesome sites where you could just kind of get the manga, like fan translated and stuff, available to read. I think all the volumes are out now, so that one will be fun to collect as well, and a couple others. Just slowly rebuild up, and also I just want to, like this week especially, just start actually doing my detox from tech that I said I was going to do once I moved. Spoiler, I haven't. But that was also because I didn't think I was going to be sitting here this long without keeping busy with the job. So, I mean, kind of, yeah. Who would have thought that, cold turkey stopping an addiction is hard. But yeah, just don't something like that. I actually had to uninstall TikTok on my phone today because algorithms hate me. Had a goofy clip that actually did pretty good on the YouTube Shorts. For some reason on TikTok flagged it as like a problem, so like it got suppressed. I appealed it, but it didn't change anything. It got like 5 views in like 24 hours. So from when I got told, talking to a few people who've dealt with that before too, it's just like I'm uninstalled, so I'm not going to touch TikTok in any capacity for like a week or so, and then we'll upload clips to it again and stuff to see if that fixes that. And then for the YouTube Shorts, one of my videos didn't do good, but I think it's because I put too many hashtags. It's just weird. It's like all these platforms, unless I missed, like, I remember seeing something about it. I know, I think YouTube Shorts, you don't want to have more than like 2 or 3 hashtags in it, because some of these, some of these algorithms are weird, and it's like there's no, I mean, I think you can Google that, like, and get some answers, but it's like there's no just like front center, like, oh, here's recommended setup stuff, because some of these platforms, just like if you use more than like 2 hashtags, it'll think you're a bot and suppress you. Other ones are like, oh, you use like every hashtag under the sun. I know TikTok changed that a bit, because for TikTok, I used to, for my clips and stuff, would have like 8 hashtags. Now they cap it at 5, so I don't. So it's just I don't know anymore. I've never been good with social media, and my RNG luck with social media is horrendous. Like, I swear to effing God that like my luck with trying to post like something on like Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, just does not work, because like I could literally, I swear, like, me and another person who have a similar initial following could post an exactly, similar, almost like a 1-for-1 same tweet with maybe a goofy picture or a spicy picture of some kind for when I was playing VR chat a ton, same hashtags and everything. At the same time, I'd get like 3 likes, small interactions. They would end up getting hundreds of likes, hundreds of retweets, maybe thousands of likes, they gain like 1,000 followers overnight. And I'm sitting there like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I swear to fucking God, that's how that happens. Or it's one of those things too where I'll do a tweet that kind of pops off, and then I'll do something very similar like the next day, and it just is like, nothing. So it's just like, I just give up trying to figure all that out. It's just, I just do what I do, just do whatever. I don't know. And this may sound awful, but, and maybe, like, quitting, whatever, but I've given up on trying to have any kind of like substantial growth on different social media platforms, and even on my Twitch. I just do it to do it, just to be creative and do something, and hope, and just see what happens. I don't know. We'll see after. I think by this time next year, if I don't see like an actual like true, like, being very consistent again, if I don't see any true like substantial growth, might have to take a seat with myself and have like a real kind of internal dialogue about where I go moving forward with like creative stuff. Because I mean, I could still do creative content stuff on the internet. I may just have to forego streaming and maybe just heavily focus on, maybe voiceover stuff if that seems to take off, like editing stuff. I have been tempted to look into how to rig live 2D models, because I definitely can't do the art. I am not an artist. I can definitely not do live 2D art. But I would be curious to kind of excuse me, look at and see what it would take to learn how to rig a live 2D model, because I mean, there's a lot of work to that, but I'm not having to make the art, so that could be something I could do, because if I can and can get good at it, God, there is some, I mean, it's hard work, but good God, there is some money to that. That would easily turn into a really lucrative, like, side job, but just things to kind of think about and for me to kind of work. I mean, I gotta, I also gotta make sure I actually try to do what I need to grow and stuff on like Twitch and whatnot. Because if I just sit there and not do nothing and then go, oh, why did nothing happen? It's like, duh. But yeah, no, just little things to think about. But yeah, no, that's kind of it. Gonna try to look around and try to get more guests on, because it was so fun with Avocado last episode, doing that little chit chat and stuff. Because I'm definitely someone where if I'm talking to somebody, I can ramble on and on and on, unless there's a specific topic I want to talk about on this podcast. As my episodes are short, which is fine. I don't think that's a problem. I don't know. I can't, unless it's like a specific like entertainment type thing where like, so like for some podcasts, if they're like over an hour long, I'm just like, I don't know. They don't interest me, unless there's reading a story like Creepcast or Distractable, where they're doing a game showy type thing, where it can last long. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of keep up and stuff. And yeah, no, I'm just getting excited going into the fall and winter seasons, seeing what other games we play, getting a little more excited to play more Wild Assault and just other stuff, and just kind of see where things go, and hopeful for the future. Trying to be, at least. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up there. 20 minutes of rambling. That's good. But again, appreciate y'all so much for listening in, and I hope to see you all at the next episode.